I'm very curious, like let's say that I have a protein source here, and then if I want to turn this protein to a kibble, what happens to it on the way? How does it get processed and what changes?
Okay, so I suppose the very first thing is when you look at kibble and you see a picture of a chicken or a cow on the front of it and it says beef or made, with chicken, you'd be surprised at how little meat is actually in that product. If it says with chicken or with beef, it might be 4% chicken protein or 4% beef protein, and that protein can come from meal, chicken meal, beef meal. So that's a long question, and the short answer is, if you're buying a product which made on animal meal, beef meal, chicken meal, that comes from a rendering plant. So the rendering plant gets all the waste from the meat sector, stews it up in a huge rendering vat. The fat floats to the top, the gloop and bones and floats to the bottom. They scoop that off, they dry it into powder, they send the powder to the pet food factory, and then they grind that up with other cereals and whatever and their vitamin mix, and then they extrude that together into your little pellets. So meal is often the form of protein used in kibble, but if sometimes they can put in the meat fresh, which would be the byproducts, meat byproducts. They'll put it into the rendering vat or into the mixing vat at the top, add in all the cereals and all the mixes, blend it all together, cook it unmercifully, and then out comes the kibble out the far end. So that's extrusion. That's the extrusion of kibble pet food.
Okay, sounds like there's going to be some pretty high temperatures and maybe some oxidation going on there, and probably 10 other things that I have no idea what's really happening there.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be a bit more inflammatory to the animal, I would suppose.
100%. That's an absolute fact.